why women who do less for men end up in best relationships. And it is not probably the one that most people think it is, which is love. No, but it is not. The woman who cooks, cleans, sacrifices everything and replies instantly, cancels her plan for him, and makes her entire life revolves around the relationship often end up feeling unappreciated. But the other woman, in the other hand, she has her own life and she doesn't chase, she doesn't over explains, she isn't trying to prove her worth every single day. Somehow she's the one getting respected, she's the one getting committed, and she's the one people admire and respect. Why it is that? It is not because people, it is not because men don't appreciate kindness, it is not because people don't appreciate kindness. It is because there is a huge difference between being loving and over functioning in a relationship. So today we are going to talk about why women who do less often end up in a healthier, happier relationships. And no, this isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It is about understanding human psychology and how it functions. So stay till the end, because we are getting into the last point, which changes the entire way you look at love. Point number one: doing more doesn't create more love. Many women secretly believes that if I love him enough, if I support him enough, if I sacrifice enough, or if I do for him enough, he will never leave me. But love doesn't work like a reward system. Relationships are not exams where, the higher scorer gets the best partner. The more you overgive, the more people begin expecting it more and more instead of appreciating it. So think about anything in life. The first time someone surprises you with a gift, it feels special, right? So if they do it every single day, if they do it every day, it eventually it becomes a normal thing for you. And not because they are bad people or something. No, it's not, because human adapts like that. Humans are built up like that, to think that everything which is happening every day is very normal. So the same thing happens in relationships. When giving becomes your entire personality, people stop noticing the effort. People doesn't tend to notice the effort, because you are doing it every single day. The value which you creates can make you can take you to a very higher level. So yeah, coming to the point number two, she doesn't make him the center of her world. Okay, a high value woman doesn't make him the center of her world, because women in healthy relationship usually have something amazingly attractive. She have a life full of herself. She have a friends, she have a goals, she have a fitness, family, hobbies. She dreams a lot, she have dreams, she have some kind of goals in her life which she is working continuously towards it. So her happiness doesn't depend entirely on one person's contacting her or text message, or one person reaching her. It's not that. She enjoys the relationship. Okay, we tend to enjoy the relationship, but she also enjoys her own company. Okay, and this is something very powerful, that she chooses the relationship. She doesn't desperately need it, but she chooses the relationship. And people naturally respect those who have options and self-respect. Point number three: she doesn't try to earn basic respect. One of the biggest mistake many women make is that believing that respect has to be earned through endless giving and giving. So I will prove, I will prove that I'm loyal, or she will think that I'll prove that I deserve love. I'll prove that I'm different. But a healthy relationship doesn't start with auditions. Okay, it isn't a prize, right? It's a requirement for every human being. Okay, I'm not necessarily saying that it is the most necessary thing that a human should have. Okay, I myself is single and I feel very complete within myself. But if someone only respects you, after you are exhausted, and uh, you tend to give your everything to that person, that isn't love. That is a kind of conditional appreciation which you are having from that person. So coming to point number four, she lets him invest too. Here is something many people overlook. So people value what they invest in. Okay, not only money, okay, but time and energy and planning, effort. This kind of things that it is invested towards your relationship, right? Also, emotional support that he's giving towards you. And when one person is doing it the 90% of the things, okay, the relationship slowly becomes unbalanced. The relationship slowly become demised. See, healthy women don't refuse help. Okay, they allow the other person to contribute as well, because relationship aren't built by one person carrying everything. They are built together. So coming to point number 5, she isn't afraid of saying no. Many people, many women fear disappointing people, and it's very natural. I understand. I was also the one who was fear of disappointing people. I tend to think that, what if they will, think something else? They will, what they will think about me and all that. So due to that, it has become my habit of, pleasing people. I was a people pleaser, you can say, okay, and that was very annoying sometimes, because I tend to feel myself depleted all the time because I was people pleasing, and that is not what I was meant to do. That is something which was not carried into myself, that I will do to please him or to please that person, I will have to lose myself. So that is not the thing that you should carry on for a longer time. I tend to say yes to people, and even when I was tired, even when I was uncomfortable, even when I don't want to do that, even when I was trying to say them no, I eventually, used to tell them yes. So often, this becomes a silent no to yourself, and that makes the relationship with yourself very fragile and weak time to time. So, women in strong relationships understand something which other women mostly don't understand, is that, boundaries don't push away healthy people. They reveal the unhealthy ones. They reveal the unhealthy ones. Somehow, and someone who truly respects you will respect your limits too. So, coming to point number 6, she doesn't mother him. This is one of the biggest relationship traps. Some woman slowly becomes his therapist. She slowly becomes his manager. She acts as a kind of a reminder app, and she becomes her personal assistant, his emotional caretaker, his life coach, and financial planner. And eventually, the relationship begins feeling like less romance. The more it becomes like a parenting. I believe that supporting someone is beautiful, but raising them isn't your responsibility. So, coming to point number 7, she doesn't chase every problem. Not every disagreement needs a 3-hour conversation. Not every delayed reply means that something is terrible. Not every mood requires fixing. And you have to understand that emotionally secure women don't panic over every small changes. They communicate calmly and they allow space to do so. Constantly chasing actually create more distance than being closeness to the relationship will do. See, calm confidence usually creates more space. So you should not be getting clinging to your person, because they also get annoyed sometimes, right? So coming to point number 8, she has standard, not impossible expectation. She has standard but not impossible expectation. So there is a difference. Okay, high maintenance and high standards. High maintenance says that buy me expensive gifts, but high standard says that treat me with honesty. And one demands luxury and the other demands respect. So healthy women aren't difficult, they are actually cleared about what they want in life, and what they want from the relationship. That is a kind of clarity which creates a healthier relationship. Coming to point number 9, she doesn't lose herself in love. Have you ever met someone disappearing after entering a relationship? This usually happens with men. They tend to distance themselves after entering into a relationship. Okay, See, if you don't have friends anymore, if you have no hobbies, and if you don't have ambitions to carry on, and if you don't have individuality, say you lack individuality after getting into a relationship, so here what happens is everything becomes we. Okay, you tend to associate everything as you too, like we, in everything that you do. I think that the happiest couple usually consist of two complete individuals, okay? Not two halves desperately trying to become one. It can't happen because we alone as a human being, we are complete within ourselves. It's just that you need to realize it. Your relationship should become an important part of your life and not your entire identity. Okay, so coming to point number 10 is that she understand that love isn't measured by sacrifice. Movies, especially the Bollywood movies, it teaches us that the more you sacrifice, the more you love. You will tend to get more love. But that doesn't happen in real life. Real life isn't that simple. And many movies actually teaches us that healthy love includes compromises, and you have to sacrifice your peace, your individuality in order to get into a relationship. But that is not true. That constant self abandonment isn't compromise, right? It's imbalance. So you shouldn't have to shrink yourself to keep someone comfortable. The right relationship will not require you to become smaller. It encourages both people to grow. And the biggest truth here is that many people misunderstand that women who appear to do less in a relationship often aren't doing less at all. They are simply doing the right things. And instead of overgiving, they used to communicate. They used to create a relationship that is healthy around them. And instead of chasing, they trust. Instead of controlling, they respect. Instead of sacrificing themselves, their identity, they protect it. They are not less loving, they are just more balanced in the relationship. That's why they get the relationship very quickly, and the relationship that they have is much more healthier than the other people. So here comes the conclusion of the video. So if you have spent your years believing your value comes from how much you can give, I want you to remember this, that you are not lovable because of your sacrifices. You are lovable because of who you are. And the healthiest relationships aren't built on one person constantly proving their worth. They are built on the mutual respect from both the sides. They are built on the mutual effort that comes from both the partners. So you have to stop asking that how much more I can do and how much more I can give into a relationship. uh, you have to stop asking that, and you have to start asking yourself that do this relationship allow both of us to show up equally, because the best relationship aren't created by the woman who gives everything. They are created by two people who values each other enough to give without either person losing themselves in the process. So if this video made you rethink the way you approach relationship, leave a comment below with one lesson you have taken away from this video. And if you enjoy thoughtful conversation about psychology, confidence, and healthier relationship, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.